Hey everyone, it's Monday, April 20th, and I'm here to introduce Chapter 3 of Wild Ones. The chapter is called Billy Possums. So, I slept kind of late. Here I am, unshowered, not yet dressed. I got my coffee in hand. So, if I seem a little groggy, now you know why. But still, I'm going to introduce this chapter for you, and hopefully you can start this week's reading this afternoon. So, chapter 3 is called Billy Possums, and it's really about why we humans think certain animals are cute and others aren't, which might seem a weird topic for a science book, but it's really not. It starts with this explanation of what was happening back in 2005, 2006, 2007. People were writing to Congress urging them to help save the polar bear. Now, why would they be doing that? It was because of climate change. People were worried that climate change would ruin the bear's habitat, and obviously that would be a negative result for polar bears and for the world. But, of course, polar bears aren't the only species affected by climate change. So the question that John Mualem, the author, is really trying to address here is, why do we choose certain species as our sort of mascots and not others? So he starts with polar bears, sort of the modern example of that phenomenon. Then he goes back to the story of Teddy Roosevelt and the teddy bear, and basically shares that story of how the bear went from this monster of the wild to this cute little cuddly thing that you give to a little child. There's a pretty rapid transition, and it goes back to a story involving Teddy Roosevelt. But it's the same sort of thing. Like, it's so mysterious as to why a bear became our sort of mascot and this mascot of the wilderness, this character for children's stories, and then other animals don't. He jumps ahead a few decades to the story of the Billy Possum, which was supposed to be the next sort of teddy bear. And they were going to sell these possums because William Taft was the new president. So instead of Theodore Roosevelt and the teddy bear, this was going to be William Taft and the Billy Possum. And he thought the kids would enjoy playing with these stuffed possums. It became this little side business, and no one bought them. It never caught on. None of us have ever heard of a Billy Possum. We've all heard of a teddy bear. So again, it's this inconsistency between the animals we choose to love and those we choose to don't. Those we do not choose to love. That John, the author, is really finding interesting. And then he sort of plays it forward to the modern day and comes back to the polar bear. You know, is this symbol, the polar bear, the symbol for climate change, really the best way to attack the problem? And if we need to save polar bears, is it even early enough to do that through climate change, or do we need to sort of put the polar bears on life support and save the species manually? So those are the issues that he's addressing here in Chapter 3. Good luck reading, and I'll talk to you all on Wednesday.